Welcome to the Nick Anderson Show Christmas special. It's wonderful to be back this week with all of you wonderful people. We've got a few announcements for you right away, and then we are going to get to our wonderful guests. All right, so this is the Nick Anderson Christmas Show special. We've got guests on tonight who have just released a Christmas album. And important announcement, after this show, next week's show and the show after that will be exclusively on YouTube. So I'm going to stop airing this show live on Facebook and YouTube together and just go to YouTube. Reason being is on YouTube, if we get to 1,000 subscribers, we can start making money from our videos. So we're going to just put all of our eggs for the Nick Anderson Show in the YouTube basket. And I've hired a mother hen to sit on them. So it will be exclusively on YouTube every Wednesday at 7 p.m. And another announcement, it might not always be the Nick Anderson Show now. So we are going to be doing different varieties of entertainment for you, but they will be every Wednesday at 7 o'clock. Sometimes it might be a cover video. Sometimes it might be the Nick Anderson Show, but it will always be 7 o'clock on Wednesday on YouTube. So the way you can find that is going to bit.ly/NASL tube, as in Nick Anderson, the Skinny Lovers tube. Just type that website address into a web browser or your phone, and you will find our page. Subscribe, and you'll help us get to that 1,000 subscribers mark where we can start getting paid for our videos. So yes, thank you. And let's see, what else do we have here? Let's get to our guests tonight. Our guests tonight are from the band The Most I Am. Very excited about having these guys on the show. I've got two guys from the show, or from the band, on the show tonight. I've got Tyler Stromquist Lavoir, which I don't know if I pronounced that right, and I will check with him. He's giving me a thumbs up in the backstage here, so that's good. And we've got Adam Schneider on the show. So very excited to have them. We're going to pop them in, but right before we do, I got to show you what I'm drinking tonight. Since it's a Christmas special, we've got a little Bailey's on Ice. If you haven't had Bailey's on Ice, I strongly suggest you give it a try. It tastes like sitting on a couch near a fire near a Christmas tree that's filled with ornaments that remind you of your entire past and present and future. All that in one drink. It's a lot, but I like it. All right, we're going to get these guys in here. Welcome, Adam.
Hey there. Thanks for having me.
You bet. And Tyler.
Oh,
Hello.
Tyler is in here. Hey, Tyler.
I made it. I figured it out.
You made it.
I'm so
Awesome.
proud of you.
Thanks.
Well, look at that. Just a little love right off the bat for each other. You know, that's good. That's good to see. So you guys are in the band called The Most I Am. Do you consider it a band, a group, a gathering of gentlemen and ladies, or, you know?
I mean, you could call it a band. It's a band.
Okay.
I mean, it's a band. It's a group of people who like to have fun and care a lot about each other.
Okay. Cool.
I think that's
Cool.
well said.
Yeah. So it's like a band or a cult. It's one of those.
Definitely a cult, but we don't have a secret handshake yet, so
Okay.
maybe we haven't earned that title.
Nice.
I'm not
Nice.
that big into labels anyway. So.
All right, well,
Surprise,
let's do some
surprise.
introductions here quick. So what are each of, we'll have you go one at a time. Adam starting first, then Tyler. What is your role in the band?
So I am the band leader. I'm the songwriter. I'm kind of the person who has carried the vision forward and watched it kind of unfold from one person holding to the torch to all of us kind of seeing what role we play in the torch holding moving forward. So I'm the band leader, the guitarist, and one of the lead singers.
Awesome. And Tyler?
Primarily, I'm the bassist, so I play the bass, electric bass, and I sing backup at times as well. Oftentimes, when I'm singing backup in the group, I'm singing the lowest part.
Okay.
So get to kind of sing bass and play bass, and
Nice.
not everybody does that. So I really like
you're
that
the low
combination.
man.
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Yeah,
Go ahead.
even when it comes to like the business element of the band, Tyler's still very much in like the foundation. He's like the logistics. He's
Absolutely.
like making sure all the gear's in place. So he's kind of like the foundation of the band all around, both in the
All
musical
right.
world and in the business world.
Yeah,
That's fantastic.
Thanks for adding
and
that,
actually, fun fact, so Tyler was actually the foundation of my college career as well. So for our viewers who don't know, Tyler was actually my RA, or resident assistant, my first year at UW-Eau Claire. He was one of the first people I met, and really did lay a really nice foundation for my 4 years there. So that's just a little fun fact I like to, share and say that, he was my RA my freshman year, and here we are chatting many years later. That doesn't get any better than that.
It sure doesn't. I really appreciate that reflection, Nick. And, I'm really, it's very, it's so affirming and validating to hear, the impact you have on someone, when you're in that kind of role, or, later on as an educator, you don't always hear back from people the kind of impact you had on them. So the moments you do get those experiences, it really means a lot. So thanks for saying that.
Absolutely. And Adam, you are also, went to UWEC, but I know less about your college experience. So what did you study, and what did you end up going into?
Well, hey, good questions. So I've got a dual degree in mathematics and music, both in the education sector. And so I graduated with that, and then I became a teacher, and I taught math, music, engineering, and mindfulness to middle school aged students.
Awesome.
And then after about 3 years, it didn't really feel like the appropriate career for me. I was kind of having some conflict. And so I stepped back and I started a music studio, which is currently still up and running. And now I've also founded another organization that is an online marketing agency for purpose-driven entrepreneurs.
Awesome.
So between those two and the kind of the full gusto we're giving the band, it's definitely an exciting time for me.
Cool. That's very cool. And see, this is going to be a tough interview because there's so much that we could unpack in all of your lives. And that's really cool. That's definitely a lot of things I didn't know about you. And Tyler, just for our viewers, since they don't know you, what was your degree, and then what did you end up doing?
Yeah, I got a degree in a bachelor's of music education, instrumental and general music. And, where that kind of led me is I've taught a lot of different areas of music since then, a lot of kind of long-term subbing positions. And I've taught everything from elementary general music to high school, like guitar and music exploration, and did a year as co-teaching a entire fine arts survey class and transforming a whole fine arts department of a charter middle school. So I've done a lot, but my current role at a school is that I'm a float teacher, or a building sub. So I'm sub for whoever teacher is out that day, and I really appreciate that chance to use my adaptability and flexibility as some of my biggest strengths as an educator. And really just be focused on being present in the moment with kids, and less about all of the other stuff that teaching often becomes.
Awesome.
So
awesome. Well, these are very well constructed answers, and I did not give you guys at all any questions beforehand. So I'm very impressed with your, very definitive, confident answers. I appreciate that. And to kind of re-engage our viewers here, I'm wearing 3 different Christmas items today. So it's time to unleash Christmas item number 2. Christmas item number 1 had this on it. And Christmas item number 2, we're going to see here. This is a woman's things, and I'm not used to unbuttoning backwards. So hold on.
Yep.
You know what I mean?
I have a Christmas sweater vest that's the same. Yep.
This one says "Take me gnome tonight." That's Christmas item number 2, and then it's got a gnome on it. All right, so Christmas item number 2 leads me to my Christmas question for you. That's cheesy, but
love it.
Okay, so you guys just released a Christmas album with your band, The Most I Am. Tell me about the Christmas album.
Tyler, why don't you start it?
Well, I guess the first thing I would say is it's just a collection of 5 really well-known Christmas songs, a lot of kind of Christmas favorites of, ours. And, as far as I have it, interacted with others, a lot of other people's as well. But we do, we take an approach to those songs and arrangements that is very us. And I think is very different from most other bands or groups or cults that you would hear, covering said songs.
Absolutely. So I did take a listen to the whole album today, and You guys call it NeoSoul, correct?
Yeah, acoustic soul, acoustic indie soul. You know, there's a lot of different subcategories that it could definitely fall under.
Okay.
We've kind of really settled on acoustic indie soul, but neo soul is a good way to describe it too.
Yeah.
Okay.
Again, I'm not that big into labels, so
Yeah, me neither.
Cool. So that being said, when I was listening, you guys obviously both have these large music backgrounds, still working in music and doing lots of things with music. My favorite part about the album is there's a lot of chords that you hear. Let me start over. When you hear a Christmas song, you feel like you know exactly where it's going to go. And what you guys do is you kind of take people on a similar journey, but an interesting one. And what I mean by that is there's certain chords and changes that you guys make that make the listener go, oh, interesting, and not in a bad way, which is hard to do. I think it's really hard to do that, especially with songs that are known so well, taking it and making it your own in a way that doesn't make people really angry. And I think you guys accomplished that. So that's really cool. So tell me about your decisions with changing certain things in the song and how that comes to be.
Hey, that's a great question. Well, first, before that, John, the album's available really anywhere you can stream. You can go on Spotify. You can go on Apple Music. The album is called Bag Full of Cheer, and
Awesome.
The band is The Most I Am. So go ahead, go give it a listen. We hope you guys enjoy that.
And I made a link right here. So this is where you can go to purchase the physical album.
Wow.
So if you go to bit.ly/mostimcd, that'll take you to their website where you can purchase a CD, which there's still time to get it to loved ones for Christmas. And so great Christmas item if you're like, Nick, I'm watching your show because I'm bored tonight. And you know what? I have a few people to buy Christmas gifts for. I got your back.
Hey, and if you just want to stream it, that's okay too. We really appreciate any attention and all attention that's interested. But back to the collaborative process, you know, it's really fun. And we've got like 5 years now under our belt, kind of developing what this collaborative process looks like. But ultimately what we do is we determine the key, just kind of like the basic premise of the key.
Sure.
We print it off for everybody. We sit down, we play it, and we go through, and like everybody shares their creative ideas as they come to them. We call it just a creative session.
So when you say you're printing out, are you printing out the full song and everyone's like you guys are reading notes? Is really what I'm asking.
just lead sheets, chords, basically.
Okay.
Lead sheets, chords, and then if someone goes, oh, I hear a key change, here's how I hear it. We all pick up our pencil, we adjust it, we create it.
Okay.
And then at the end, we've got this like scribbled up sheet of paper that has everybody's ideas on it. We kind of finalize it and then reprint it off just for the sake of clarity and intentionality and kind of record it from there. But it's really, really fun and invigorating. Like I leave our kind of creative sessions with more life, with more sense of inspiration and like purpose. It's so enthralling because all of us so much support each other. And so it's really a really safe space. And so we all get to like explore the edge of our boundaries of our creative expression, and it just weaves together so lovely. And
that's so important to have a safe space when you're creating music. And I think a lot of people who aren't in bands and things like that might not quite understand what I mean by that. And just like there's so many creative ideas that you can have, so sometimes you might not have the confidence to say like, hey, I'm thinking this, or hey, I'm thinking that. So having that safe space is really, really good. And it sounds like, you know, probably one of the reasons that you're able to do a lot of the cool things in your music.
Yeah, there's definitely a lot of love in the way we work with each other. That's for sure.
Cool. So that being said, I want to kind of get to the mission of your band and what you guys stand for, and what you're trying to do with the whole thing. So let's talk about that for a little bit.
Oh, wow. I think that's a lovely question. I'll start, Tyler, and maybe you'll want to add some things.
Yeah.
But ultimately, like from the very beginning, from the seed of the concept of The Most I Am, is we really just aim to inspire love, to inspire empowerment, to inspire possibility. If you look at, you know, like the 1960s, that was an interesting time in humanity, right? There was a lot of war going on, and the music community was really involved in kind of like the upliftment of society. right? Like Bob Dylan and all of those other people played a very specific role. And if we look at the world currently, you know, there's a lot of separation, there's a lot of turmoil, there's a lot of conflict. And so what really we aim to do is to be a seed of what is possible and a seed of what's becoming, just past this sort of current hiccup that humanity is experiencing. And so really we're all about conscious empowerment, inclusion, acceptance, healing, love, and all of those other sorts of human traits that I think the world is just really hungry for right now.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah. Tyler, do you have anything to add to that?
Yeah, I would add that I think, a few big developments have really helped us to get to where we are in the process of that vision and that development of, how we're, the development of our mission and how we're living into it. And I think one of those big things is originally our group name was I Am, just okay. I Am, but I don't know how long ago now, I don't want to say 2 years or something like that ago, we decided to change it to The Most I Am. And to me, that was really clearly and obviously about, what we're about is that this is a group, and really this, let's be honest, this is more of a family of 4 people than anything. Truly, I truly and honestly mean that. A lot of people maybe say that, but I really, really mean that. It's a family of 4 that is using our music together and our collaborative process to bring out the best in ourselves and each other, and to discover what that is and to push each other and challenge each other in really positive and helpful ways. And so that was my understanding of it at first. And then as I spent more time and lived in it a little longer, I realized that it's us being a catalyst of that to then share it with with our surrounding community. And then from there, the rest of the world in whatever ways we can and whoever may be listening.
Awesome. Well, that's a beautiful message. And I really like that. I like that a lot. The world definitely is hungry for things like that right now. So that is cool. And I'm going to throw this up there once again to support that mission, support this band, and, to listen to amazing music or to give a gift of amazing music and an amazing mission. This link right here will take you to their CD. But like Adam said, if you aren't interested in purchasing their CD, or maybe it's a tough time right now, here is also the YouTube channel for Most I Am. So you can go to bit.ly/Most I Am YouTube, and that will take you to their YouTube channel where they have several covers that are fantastic. They did Somewhere Over the Rainbow in their own kind of way, and exactly what their mission was that they just stated. You can certainly feel it in the covers they do. Their lead singer, who isn't with us tonight on the show, has this just soulful voice that is just awesome, which leads me into my next question. Where'd you find that guy?
Oh man, that's a good story.
He's awesome.
One word. Oh, go ahead.
Synchronicity, is that what you were going to say?
Nope, I was going to say barbershop, but yeah, synchronicity is the other word.
It even goes before that. So way back when. So I've been, experimenting and making music forever, for a really, really long time. And way back when I was kind of still in that like vulnerable, I'm going to put something out into the universe and see what happens. And it's kind of weird kind of state. You get that. You know what that's like. I made a cover of What Isn't She Lovely by Stevie Wonder. And I made a cover of it and I had a lot of fun with it. And Jermaine saw it and he reached out to me and he said, "Hey, wow, I really loved that. I'd love to get together sometime." Fast forward, it never happened. It just kind of fell off the face of the earth. And then fast forward again, and like my early career stages of helping people record music, Tyler was like, "Hey, me and my at the time girlfriend, Annalie, are working on our album. We're called The Bow Ties. I'm wondering what you would think about helping me." It might have been a little bit different, but I was like, "Oh yeah, okay, come on over." And so we're beginning that process. And at one time he's like, "Hey, I'm going to come over and I'm going to bring a friend. Do you mind if I bring a friend?" No problem. Bring him on over. And so he brought him over and it was Jermaine. And so awesome. Jermaine and I are like, "Oh, hey, we've been meaning to connect for a really long time. Here's this. And that night we were like, wait, all of us are very clearly interested in starting another group. So we pulled out a song of Sam Smith's. What song did we do by Sam Smith?
No, I'm Not the Only One.
You know, I'm Not the Only One. We pulled that out, made a version of it, like right there. It had, it was an infant
song.
version of what The Most I Am has become, but it just kind of like, and at the time I was dating Nicole, who is still my partner. And she's like, I play piano, and boo, boo, boo. We grew from there. Boo, 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 boo.
Beat me up.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Well, that's a really cool story. And man, his vibrato is so good. It's so thick and creamy and other words like that. Like, yeah, it's real good. So,
he is
people are
genuinely
itching to
a
hear it.
gift. Yeah, he is genuinely a gift. And there's not a single person in the band that doesn't just conceptually feel that, but feels that like radiantly in their heart.
Yeah. Yeah.
It is so fun to play in a band with one of your all-time favorite singers.
Yeah.
Like I really consider myself so lucky. Like I listen to like other very famous singers and I'm like, wow, they're amazing. And then I, do a recording session with Jermaine, like, and he did the whistle solo on White Christmas. And I'm like, you can do that? He's like, I guess I just try stuff and it happens. Yeah. And I'm like, awesome. You are amazing. Yeah.
I love when you can be just so impressed by the members, by people in your band.
Mm-hmm. Hi, Jermaine.
Hi, Jermaine. Here.
I don't see him.
He just said, "Hey, Nick, thank you so much for your kind words."
Oh, there he is.
Oh,
Hi,
what a lovely guy. Look at that smile. And don't tell me you don't feel warm fuzzies.
Yeah. Yeah. It's just a little picture on the screen, but that smile is just like brightening my face right now. You can just like,
yep.
That's
he
good.
Has a way.
That's good. Well, as we're answering our next question here, I wanted to give a kind of reach out to the audience a little bit and ask if they had any questions for you guys. So anyone who's watching right now, feel free to send a question into the comments and we can answer those for you. We do have a few questions already. Where is the album available? And then let's see, I can respond to you there with the actual link here. So we'll do bit.ly/MostIamCD. That will be in your comments shortly here. And you can just click that link and that will take you right to their CD page.
And it's also available on Spotify and Apple Music and pretty much anywhere you can stream music.
Awesome. Cool. Is there anything else that you guys want to talk about the album or the band or something that like you really want to mention or want people to know? Or
I'd be totally welcome to dive down a little bit and explain what the band needs. Excuse me, the band name means.
Yes.
It's a little bit it's a little bit more conceptual, but if I may, there's two components here. There's the most and there's the I am. And if we look at those a little bit more psychologically, the I am is really a state of acceptance. It's a state of like total permission of just allowing your being to exist exactly as it is. It's not I am this label or I am that label. It's just simply I am. There's permission there. And then there's the most. And the most is really all about striving. It's about determination. It's about inspiration, motivation, a desire to become more than what currently is, a seeking of like ideal, like what is the most out there. And I feel like we live in a world where a lot of people kind of are one or the other, right? Like the I amers are the people who are just kind of comfortable with their life. They take their day to day and it's totally fine. And they like things routine and it's normal. And then there's the mosters, which are like striving and going, and they forget how to hit pause and they forget that life is more than just what we're striving for. And so the most I am is really all about that concept of weaving those together. You can simultaneously love your life exactly as it is and accept your life exactly as it is while striving for further, while striving to grow more and seek more and discover more.
Love that.
And so that's really what the most I am stands for.
That's really cool. The last part really struck me. being able to be okay with where you are right now while striving for something greater. Really like that. And I think that's a really tough thing for myself to do and for many other people, because especially someone with a lot of goals, I'm always like, okay, what's the next thing? Okay, what's the next thing? Okay, what's the next thing? And I like got to take a second to be like, okay, let's take a second, be grateful for this. And then, so yeah, that's awesome. I really like that a lot.
You're speaking right to me, man. Just because just because I came up with the name doesn't mean I'm any better at it than anyone else. For sure.
That's fair. Yeah, and I think you hit it right on the head there, Nick. For me, it's about gratitude, and it's about the coexistence of both the gratitude for what is and the gratitude for what is to come.
Awesome. So what's on the horizon for you guys next? We've got the Christmas album we're talking about today, and we're pushing that where you can get the album right here. But what's on the horizon next for you guys? What are you up to?
Well, there's kind of a couple of different phases. The next thing we'll likely release is another cover album where it's going to be probably 5 songs totally redone in our own kind of style again. But then after that, we're going to be releasing a full-length original album. Wow. It'll be probably 12 songs or so. Most of them are done already. There's a couple still in development. But the album is called Becoming. So The Most I Am Becoming, which is a thematic album all about the process of unfolding as a human being and growing and nourishing and healing and all of those wonderful things.
Cool. So you guys have not just been sitting on your butts watching Netflix, is what I'm hearing.
Absolutely not.
Yeah, I don't watch a lot of TV. Personally.
Okay. Well, yeah, it sounds like it, you know. Well, that's good.
Anyone that knows me knows how very good I am at staying busy one way or another and pivoting.
That's great. So, and I love that the new album is going to be thematic, and then you've got the cover album coming out. Will the cover album have videos that kind of like the videos you have out now, or are you just releasing that as okay?
It'll likely have videos, sure.
Cool. And then at the start of this, you mentioned that you have a recording studio. Do you guys do all of the recording at your studio then? And then do you do all the mixing and mastering and all that stuff then too?
You know, it depends on my schedule. Usually I outsource the mixing, and then it's kind of like a co-mixing sort of process.
Yep.
And then for this Christmas album, I outsourced the mastering as well. But probably moving forward, I'll be doing the mastering. We'll see how it unfolds. That's
the kind of way I do stuff too. And it's for one, the guy I mix can do way more than me, but it's nice to get a new set of ears on things and that. So, we'll wrap this up here pretty quickly. I know, Tyler, you've only got about a minute left here. So, to wrap this up, I just wanted to once again say thank you guys so much for, coming on the show and talking to me. We learned so much about your band, The Most I Am, today. We learned about what the band means, what its mission is, that there is a Christmas album that is out now that people can stream, they can purchase on CD, which is a great Christmas gift. We learned a lot about you two as people. If you're just joining us now, you can go back once this video is done. But yeah, let me just make sure I didn't get any questions here. Doesn't look like it, but that's good because we're out of time. So thank you guys so much for coming on. Is there anything else you would like to add? Or last words for any fans watching and things like that?
I just want to say thank you for having us, and thank you for the opportunity to use this platform to reach some people that maybe hadn't heard about us, and they can hear about us through you and through this show. And I'm just so appreciative of you kind of providing this opportunity and this service for other musicians and creatives and members of the community. I've watched past shows and learned about a number of people in a number of different spaces that, I'm so enriched by knowing, about
awesome.
That's what they're doing and that kind of thing. And I just really appreciate the ways that you're supporting the artistic community and those around you with this show. And I think it's important that we support each other. And
thank you.
I want to continue to support you. Yeah, and I want to continue to support you as well.
Thank you. Any last words, Adam?
Hey, I just appreciate the opportunity. I appreciate all the attention here. Good as possible. I believe in you guys. Make every day better than you found it. and just keep moving forward.
Absolutely love it. Well, thank you guys so much for joining us.
Awesome.
I'm sure we'll see you on the show again soon. Maybe one of those albums releases. We'll get you guys back on. So
Would love to.
thanks for joining me. And with that, you guys have a good rest of your evening.
Thanks, Nick. Same to you.
See ya. All right, everybody. That was The Most I Am, Tyler Stromquist Lavore, and Adam Schneider joining us on the Nick Anderson Show to talk about their new Christmas album, what the band's about, and so many other great things. It was awesome to have them. And for the very last part of the show, I'm going to reveal my last Christmas outfit. It's Hawaii Santa Christmas. It's the moment you've been waiting for. There's a Santa on here somewhere. There he is. There he is. I don't even remember where I got this shirt. I know that I had to wear something Christmassy for a gig we had. So I was like, well, this looks good. So I got that. Now we got to finish the rest of our drink here. If you missed it before, I'm drinking some Bailey's on ice. If you haven't tried it, it's a fantastic Christmas drink to drink by the fire or on a live streaming website show. That being said, I'm going to say the announcements one more time. The Nick Anderson Show is moving exclusively to YouTube. The reason we're doing that is I'm trying to get to 1,000 subscribers on YouTube. If you get to 1,000 subscribers on YouTube, you can start getting paid in ads for your videos. So we are moving to YouTube to try to do that. The way you can watch on YouTube is with this link that I'm about to post right here, bit.ly/NASL Tube. That is a link to our YouTube channel. Please subscribe, and we will see you there for the Nick Anderson Show on Wednesdays at 7. Also letting you know, now it's a lot of announcements today, that there's been some weeks where I don't do the Nick Anderson Show, and there's some weeks where I'd like to do something, but not the Nick Anderson Show. So every single week now at 7 p.m., we're going to release a video. It might be the Nick Anderson Show. It might be a cover song. It might be a new song from the band. It might be a tutorial on how to find shirts that are like this. It might, whatever. So, but every Wednesday at 7 p.m., there will be a new video on the YouTube channel. And I really hope to see you there. Thank you guys. We have a lot of viewers on Facebook. And I know it's a little bit of a pain to move over to YouTube, but if you've enjoyed the show, the last 2 seasons, please head over to YouTube and we'll see you there. With that being said, I'm going to finish my drink. I hope you enjoyed whatever you're drinking at home. I'm Nick Anderson. This is the Nick Anderson Show. And we're going to end the show the way we started, with a little music from our guest. One last time. The Most I Am was on the show tonight, and you can purchase their CD, bit.ly/mostiamcd. You can purchase it there or stream them on social media. I know I'm always looking for new Christmas music, and their album is fantastic. So check them out. And let's cue it up. Let's listen to some Most I Am on our way out tonight. You guys have a fantastic evening. I'm Nick Anderson. Merry Christmas.